Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about 11 tasty facts about seafood. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you do find this video interesting then a sub to the channel will be delightful. So without being said, let's jump right into it. Seafood is overflowing with important nutrients. Fine dining on seafood with the ocean in the distance. While different seafood species provide varying amounts of different crucial nutrients, it's safe to say that seafood, in general, is great for your health. Some fish, such as salmon, are filled with vitamin A and omega-3 fatty acids. Other nutrients found in seafood in healthy amounts include: did you know that oysters can change their gender? Research suggests all oysters will do this at least once during their life. Seafood comes in all species, shapes, and sizes, and it's no small wonder considering the fact that seafood by definition means any sea life that we consider good enough to eat. Because of this, that it's so surprising when someone says that they don't like seafood. How could they know if all they've ever tried is a piece of fish or possibly an oyster or two? There's so much more to seafood than that. If you don't know your crustaceans from your mollusks, or the difference between a shrimp and a prawn, then don't fret. We're here to dish up some fantastic facts about seafood. D. Vitamin B1, vitamin B3, vitamin B12, and more. Fact number 1. Seafood is overflowing with important nutrients. Fine dining on seafood with the ocean in the distance. While different seafood species provide varying amounts of different crucial nutrients, it's safe to say that seafood, in general, is great for your health. Some fish, such as salmon, are filled with vitamin A and omega-3 fatty acids. Other nutrients found in seafood in healthy amounts include vitamin D, vitamin B1, vitamin B3, vitamin B12, and more. Fact number 2. People have been eating fish for more than 165,000 years. People eating shellfish at a dining table in the early years of humanity. We lived primarily as hunter-gatherers, constantly on the move in search of more favorable hunting grounds or more bountiful harvests. One such food that our ancestors commonly consumed was seafood. In fact, it's quite possible that the first cases of humans living a more stationary lifestyle were from tribes that lived by the sea and had a regular supply of seafood. The earliest known evidence of seafood consumption comes from a sea cave in South Africa. Collections of empty shells were found at the site that dates back to 165,000 years ago. Fact number 3. The mantis shrimp is one of the scariest shellfish around. A brightly colored mantis shrimp. We're very fortunate that mantis shrimp can only grow to such small sizes, as otherwise they would be downright terrifying. Why? Well, the mantis shrimp has a punch so powerful that it has the same force as a shot from a rifle. In fact, their punch packs so much force that it actually creates a shock wave that boils the water around it and can dismember their prey. Fact number 4. Seafood such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines are full of omega-3. 3 pieces of delicious cooked salmon. If that doesn't mean much to you, it's probably because you don't know how great omega-3 is for your body. While all fats used to be considered bad, some, such as omega-3, are actually the opposite. A few benefits from eating seafood that is high in omega-3 include a reduced risk of heart attacks, strokes, and easing arthritis symptoms. It's even been found that the consumption of omega-3 can prevent your eyesight from declining due to old age and can also improve your night vision. Fact number 5. Shrimp are not just smaller prawns. A tiny shrimp under the sea. This is one that many of us will admit to getting confused about at some point in our lives. For me, it's something that I constantly forget and end up using the two names interchangeably. First things first, they're both crustaceans, and they both have 10 legs. Number 6. There's no such thing as certified organic seafood. Lots of different seafood on ice. Firstly, the food needs to be free from artificial chemicals, such as fertilizers or pesticides. To be organic, for a food to be certified organic, there needs to be a governing body that sets different regulations to ensure that everything is chemical-free and up to scratch. While this exists for agriculture, it doesn't exist for the seafood industry. This doesn't mean there aren't companies out there claiming that their mussels are organic. Instead, it means that there's no way of proving whether something is actually organic or not. Fact number 7. Lobsters have different uses for each of their claws. A claw soup of lobster claws. Lobster's two claws look very different too. The larger of the two is the crusher claw, and this is the dominant claw, as its name suggests. This claw is primarily used for tasks such as crushing their prey's hard shells or exoskeletons. The other claw is much smaller and has more serrated teeth and is used to rip the flesh of their prey to shreds to make it easier to eat. Fact number 8. Some fish are high in mercury and should be eaten in moderation. 5 king mackerel fish on ice. All seafood contains trace amounts of mercury, but this isn't what you should be worried about for the most part. It's the fish that live at the top of the food chain, such as king mackerel, swordfish, and sharks, which are the issue. As each larger and larger fish gets eaten by a predator, the mercury they contain is digested and concentrates. Due to this, it's recommended that you eat no more than the recommended amount of each mercury-containing fish. Number 9. Seafood can include plants, to kelp seaweed under the sea. Although a controversial opinion, it's been claimed that different forms of sea vegetation can be referred to as seafood. Some forms have been on our menus for a long time, such as the seaweed in our sushi. Other varieties of seaweed are highly nutritious and have been eaten by some cultures for thousands of years. Fact number 10. Oysters can change gender whenever they feel like it. Many oysters hiding in their shells, they are all born male. It turns out that oysters are born with both male and female reproductive organs. This means that they can fertilize their own eggs without the need for another oyster. It's been found that all oysters will change gender at least once in their lifetime. Fact number 11. More than 85% of the world's fisheries are overfished. Lots of fish caught in a fish net. According to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, we need to make rapid changes to how we farm and consume seafood, as 87% of the world's fisheries are stressed. This means certain species are either at risk of going extinct, are found in drastically lower numbers than normal, or are currently being overexploited. While some people out there cannot stand the thought of seafood, there are many more that absolutely love it, with more and more people taking to it every year as the world becomes more populated. This is becoming a more pressing issue, as demand for seafood has reached unsustainable levels. It's important to understand that, while seafood is delicious, if we're not careful, we could be seeing less and less of it as the years go by. Thanks for watching, and if you do find this video interesting, then sharing to your friends will be genius and thankful. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also comment. If you do have any questions, you can follow us up on all our social media platforms for more education-free ebooks. Once more, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.